That was definitely my favorite part of the mission. Just being able to teach people about Jesus Christ. And the Spain Madrid mission is in Europe, and that makes it a little bit, not necessarily harder than other missions, but it is sometimes hard to find people to teach. You're knocking on doors. That's hard in Spain too, but it's a lot of talking to people on the streets and trying to find people that way. But there are definitely a lot of prepared people in Spain. I don't want any missionary to think that they're not going to go there and baptize, because there are people. If you're willing to look and search and find them, then you'll have that success. But for me, while I wasn't baptizing, there were still other spiritual experiences, just teaching or finding someone who seemed so prepared. And some of the best teaching moments were ones where I saw people making changes in their lives. I were teaching one man from Peru named Julio, and he knew it was true, but something was holding him back, and it was just such an experience to work with him and just always testify of the truth and help him prepare. And he would accept a baptismal date and then he wouldn't come. But one day he finally did. Okay, I'm going to get baptized. And he came, and we had a really nice service for him. And it's been over a year now since he was baptized, and we still talk on Facebook, and he's still going strong. The missionaries still visit him sometimes. He's trying to share the gospel when he can. It's just really changed his life, and he's just such a happy person. And so it was just a real joy to be able to participate in his conversion. But just finding people and working with them and loving them was such a spiritual experience for me. And I guess just one other experience that I had was, so I came home from a mission in February. Around Christmas time, it was like right before Christmas, we had a family on date. Their two oldest children had been old enough to be baptized, and they were baptized, but this family, the parents weren't married, and so they couldn't themselves get baptized, which is a big problem in Spain and rather difficult to work through, especially if they're from a different country. They have to get paperwork done with their country's government and Spain's government. It's a really big ordeal, and they'd been working on it for 3 years. They knew the church was true. I mean, their kids were baptized. They went to church every Sunday. They had been doing so for 3 years. And they finally had a date for marriage. And the time came and went, and they had a fight the night before and didn't go. And that was also probably one of the hardest trials of my mission, but as we've seen, that can sometimes be the biggest blessings, because they worked through it, and they got approved for another marriage date, and they went, and we got to go to their wedding, and it was a very small, just civil ceremony, but very sweet, very special. They got baptized the next day, which happened to be the last weekend of my mission. And not that you need to end your mission with a baptism, but it was just a really spiritual experience and a huge blessing from the Lord, that there are people out there looking for the gospel, and there are people that you need to find.